I'm John Mahoney, 2012 Iowa State Geography champion. I'm standing right in front of my school, Stillwell Junior High in West Des Moines, Iowa. If you ever visit Iowa, here are some things I suggest you do. Behind me is the Iowa State Capitol, opened in 1884. It is the only five-domed capitol in the nation, and it is unique for this feature and the fact that the main dome is covered in 23-karat gold. The work is exquisite, and as the story goes, that is because the architect hired day laborers and demanded perfection. Every afternoon, he checked the laborers' work, and if the job was not done perfectly, the workers would not be paid for the day's work. Regarding the gold on the dome, the gold is pounded so thin that if condensed, it would be no bigger than the size of a baseball. If you follow politics, you may also know that every 4 years, Iowa hosts the first in the nation caucuses. All of the major news corporations base their operations out of this capital. This behind me is the Fort Des Moines, opened in 1843 by military personnel, occupied in 1846 by settlers, and was the first building in the city of Des Moines, which was incorporated in 1851. Behind me are two rivers. This is where the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers meet. The rivers determine the position of Des Moines downtown. The Des Moines River begins in southwestern Minnesota and flows diagonally across the state of Iowa, eventually forming a small portion of the border to Missouri, and then flowing into the Mississippi near Keokuk in southeast Iowa. The Raccoon River starts in western Iowa and ends right here where it joins the Des Moines River in downtown Des Moines. This behind me is Principal Park, home of the Iowa Cubs, the Chicago Cubs AAA farm team. The park was opened in 1992 and holds 11,500 spectators. The park was literally on an island during the floods of 1993 when both the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers flooded. This right here is 801 Grand, which is more commonly known as the Principal Tower. 630 feet tall, it's the tallest building in Iowa. The Principal Financial Corporation is based out of here. It's a Fortune 500 company. It has presences in a lot of countries such as China, Hong Kong, Argentina, Brazil, places like that. So it's really all over the world, and it's one of the biggest companies in Des Moines, and it's been named consistently one of the most ethical companies in the world. Have you ever seen a Better Homes and Gardens magazine? Well, if you have, you'd like to know that it's published right here in Des Moines, and is one of the many magazines produced by the Meredith Corporation, a company that publishes many popular magazines. Better Homes and Gardens is the fourth most circulated magazine in the United States and is also printed all over the world in many languages. I am standing in the John and Mary Papajohn Sculpture Park. Opened in 2009, this park greets visitors to downtown Des Moines. John Papajohn, a Greek immigrant and venture capitalist, and his wife Mary donated the 27 sculptures worth $40 million to the city. The Papajohn family has also said that they plan on adding more art to this collection in the future. And, obviously, as many of you know, Iowa is very well known for their agriculture. Iowa leads the United States in corn, soybean, hog, and egg production. 92% of Iowa is covered in farmland. And the state of Iowa produces more corn than all but two countries, China and obviously the United States. You should consider moving to Des Moines someday, because the city of Des Moines has been named the #1 city for young adults by Forbes in 2011, the #1 place for business and careers by Forbes in 2010, and the second most secure large metro by Farmers Insurance in 2010. In addition, the state of Iowa as a whole has the 6th lowest unemployment in the nation. Iowa's 4th and 8th graders scored well above the national average in math. Iowa high school students have the 2nd highest ACT average in the whole nation, and Iowa's 3 public universities are very well respected. The University of Iowa has the #12 medical school in the nation, and Iowa State has the #2 agricultural and the #17 veterinary school in the nation. Thank you for your time, and I do hope you consider visiting Iowa someday.